Hello, thank you everyone for joining. My name is Kyle Vance, a product specialist focused on HP SitePrint. Today, we'll give you a snapshot of how HP's new robotic layout technology works. I will guide you through understanding the four components of the technology, the whole HP SitePrint workflow, and we'll end by inviting a guest speaker to tell you how they have integrated HP SitePrint into their layout process. So let's get started. HP SitePrint was born to address the productivity challenges faced in the construction industry today. We know the inefficiencies related to the transition from the digital design of a construction project to the actual job site, and this is why we are here today. We've combined our printing technology and robotics know-how to physically print CAD drawings directly onto the slab. With this product, HP is changing the way buildings are built by revolutionizing what has been done manually for years. Before going into the workflow, let's talk about the four key components in this technology and how they interact with each other. The first component is the robot itself. This is, in essence, a robust printer with wheels that will navigate through the construction site, firing ink in all of the right places. Thanks to the printhead's clearance and the tilt compensation, it can print on any rough surface that you would expect to find on a job site, down to an accuracy better than 1/8 of an inch. It also has 4 built-in safety sensors and 3 LiDAR sensors to successfully overcome obstacles. The second element is the robotic total station. This connects to the robot, providing constant positioning information to the printing device. Pairing with the total station also helps the solution to get reliable layouts onto the slab. The technology is currently compatible with 4 different total stations: the Leica Icon 80, the Leica TS16, the Topcon LN150, and the Trimble RTS 573. The third is the control panel or the user interface. This is what is used to submit the job to print. You can either use a tablet or any other device that you can use a browser within. With this control panel, you can select the job to print, adjust any settings, for example, the different ink levels, and also your connections to our total station. The fourth is a HP SitePrint Cloud, where you can manage your projects and have control of all the drawings that are being printed on your slab. So, picture yourself as an operator of HP SitePrint. What are the steps you'll need to take? Step 1 is the CAD file preparation. You need a 2D DXF file to load into our robot. If you have a 3D model, you'll need to convert this into a 2D file, insert any additional information you would like printed, and remove all non-relevant information from the file. We've developed a plugin bundle to get a file that is robot ready. At the end of this, we have a 2D DXF file that we'll upload into the cloud. Through that cloud, we can maintain version control and share our visions with our field operators. Step 2 is to prepare the job site. You need to clear the layout basically as per your manual layout. There is no need for a broom swept floor or any level of cleanliness greater than what you would expect to do with your typical chalk layout. One very important step coming up here is making sure that control has been set. So the whole solution is only as good as the control that has been marked on the site. So making sure that you have control marked and it is marked accurately is a very important step. Step 3 is to set up the robot and the total station. First, you need to set up and localize the robotic total station. Then lock that total station onto the prism on top of our SitePrint robot. After that, connecting the robotic total station wirelessly to the HP SitePrint robot through the user interface. Again, our tablet, our phone, laptop, etc. Step 4, job execution. Once you're at the job site, open the CAD file on the control panel, select the area you would like to print, and submit the job. You need to make sure you maintain line of sight between the robotic total station and the prism on top of the robot. You need to also ensure you've chosen the right ink surface or the surface selection. Don't worry, HP SitePrint is robust enough to print on any bumpy surface, or again, surfaces you'd expect to find on construction sites. While executing the job with the user interface, you can see real time where the robot is, what has been printed, and what is to be printed, as well as a completion percentage. Step 5 is how to manage the process end-to-end through the HP SitePrint Cloud. The HP SitePrint Cloud allows users to upload and share revisions of the CAD files to all stakeholders, as well as being able to monitor job progress from the office and also manage accounting reports. As you can see in the short clips, HP SitePrint is very easy to use by anyone at the job site. You don't need to be an expert. It also brings productivity to the job site that has never been seen before, reducing rework, saving valuable resources, time, and costs. I've explained a lot already, and I don't just want you to hear it from me, but from current HP SitePrint customers. I would like to introduce to you to Jordan Knight. He's the Associate Director of Greenhatch, a layout or setting out service provider in the UK. He's been using the robot on several projects over the last 6+ months, and they've printed over 50,000 square meters. Jordan, welcome and thank you for being here. Can you tell us about the projects you've been using HP SitePrint on?
Yes, we've been working on a few industrial plants and manufacturing plants and automotive, but one that really stands out is the Jaguar Land Rover plant in Solihull, where we've, on a very ad hoc basis, been printing over the last 3 months in their body shop, and body in white is the individual production cells, marking out text, lines, points, probably excess of 30,000 square meters over the last 3 months, and that's ongoing for the next 6 months. We are really showcasing the potential of the HP, as in they can get multiple contractors in at the moment, so we're able to go in and print out basically all the robotic positions, fence lines, tooling, gate positions, sensors. What that allows the contractor to do is, the installers, is get multiple contractors on at the same time and basically put everything in one go. So I think from the feedback from the clients, we are probably saving them 20 to 30% time savings with the installs.
Sweet. How are you finding the solution is integrated into your existing workflow?
We've integrated it relatively smoothly into our workflow. We have been working on these sites for the last 20 years, doing a very manual, laborious methods of manual set out, only giving 200-300 points per day. Logistically, these sites are very open, which works well. But obviously with the robot, it was a lot to do with engagement with the client, really, just showing them the system and saying that we need these open, clear areas. And if we get this, we can print this amount of area within a day. Obviously, in the real world, things do get in the way. But we've gotten a good system with them now where they pretty much cell by cell, area by area, they get it clear. And from the point of they get the floor clear, it's swept, it's clean, and then integrating their CAD packages into the UI as well is really easy. We've actually engaged directly with the client, as into their CAD technicians, to giving us the drawings in a specific way that it's easy for us to upload to the SitePrint in the UI, which has been really helpful. So really, we found it to make it really easy. The system is really easy anyway to use, as in the UI and the CAD packages, having the plugins on AutoCAD, etc., is really easy. But the fact of speaking with the client, we found that if they can work with us, alongside us, we are printing, at the start where it was really, a lot of things are in the way, the drawings weren't really working, was printing a lot less, not on our own fault, not the robot's fault, but just logistically. But what we found is speaking with them, engaging with them, asking what we wanted and what we needed, really up the game. We're printing probably excess of 400-500 square meters extra a day now because of that. So it's really key to get the client involved and just show them what we really need, really. But yeah, a seamless movement in from manual to using SitePrint was really easy. When you asked me how we put it into the workflows, we as a company now are thinking differently how we could utilize the robot. At the moment we're getting quotes specifically just for manual setting out, etc. But we're thinking a bit differently and trying to put that across, really. And such different applications at the moment, as in, the other day we was marking out a chocolate swirl on a Cadbury site, on a Cadbury's chocolate, marking out a children's ride, to automotive, to they don't specifically come and ask us to use the robot. We're putting the solution to them, I think. And that's how a lot of our business is really resonated through just showing people, as you can imagine. And it was like, can you do a manual? I was like, Yeah, we could, but it'd take probably 3 weeks, and we did it in 20 minutes. So that's the difference. They got more productive, we got more productive, and now we're ahead of them, because it was very ad hoc, very now and again when they needed us. They give us these areas to print, and they have to be printed by a certain date. And now we're probably 2 areas ahead of them now, which is a great perspective for our client and the end client, like JLRs or the main clients, because they're seeing things on the ground, things are moving along, and it's just it's the engagement across all parties really is working really well. Thank you, Kyle, for having me.
Wonderful. Thanks for your overview and your experiences, Jordan. I bet other people watching have found your experience insightful and are thinking of ways that they can integrate HP SitePrint into their workflows. Now, let's go to the other side of the world with another customer. Let's welcome the VP of Operations from L5 Drywall, Jerry Rivera. L5 is a drywall company from the Bay Area in California. Last year on one of their projects, they printed over 4,000 square meters in 1 hour with just one operator. So let's hear what Jerry has to share with us today about his experiences using HP SitePrint. Hi, Jerry. Welcome and thank you for being part of this session. Can you tell us more about the projects you've used HP SitePrint on and the results that you've seen?
Yes, I can. We have been using the HP SitePrint on various projects. We have used it in multifamilies. We've used it in pharmaceutical. We have also used it on a couple of retirement homes. And the results that we've been getting from it are, amazing. We typically use 2 layout technicians, and now with the HP SitePrint, we're only using 1 technician. He doesn't even have to have a lot of experience with layout, because what he's really doing is just following the robot around and just making sure that the line of sight is good everywhere that the robot is going. Our projects vary from 100,000 square feet up to 240,000 square feet, which is the case of the multifamily that we did.
This is what we love to see. Our customers having productivity gains and getting ahead of their schedules using HP SitePrint. One last question, Jerry, before we go to the Q&A. How have you found the overall workflow solution using HP SitePrint?
The workflow solution has been amazing, because now we have more accountability. Once we print, we can go back and check what we've printed and make sure that everything lines up. There might be a retaining wall. There might be a column in the way of where the lines are supposed to go for the track. And now we can see it right away, versus before we wouldn't see it until we were actually building. It's a really amazing product, and it's very easy to learn it. I myself, before we started using the HP SitePrint, I didn't really know CAD, but now that we've been using it, it took me maybe 4 to 6 hours on learning how to prep the CAD files. Very easy to do.
Great. Thank you for joining us and giving your perspective today, Jerry.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. It was great to be here.
Now I'll answer some of the questions that I've received in the QA chat box. One of them is regarding ink availability. This is a great question. HP SitePrint's versatility gives you 8 different types of ink, some water-based and some solvent-based. This allows you to print over both porous and water-resistant surfaces. This way you can print over concrete, pavement, tarmac, wood decks for formwork, and water-resistant surfaces such as terrazzo, metal decks, or epoxy. The durability is also different. Some of these inks are permanent inks, down to inks that will fade in just a few days. I see there is also a question regarding speed. The speed of this construction layout robot depends on line density and complexity of the job to be printed. It can improve construction productivity up to 10 times compared to a manual process. We've seen projects where HP SitePrint is being able to lay out 7 or 8 rooms in the time a crew laying out manually is doing only 2 or 3. There's also a question about, does HP offer CAD preparation? We don't. So HP has developed a AutoCAD plugin bundle that helps you get your files robot ready. Using the plugin, you import your control points in case they're not already in the drawing, and then it helps you to organize your drawing into the 3 layers we need. We need a paint layer, an obstacle layer, and then the control points. Today we've heard it from Greenhatch and from L5 Drywall, but the truth is HP SitePrint is being used on more than 400 projects around the world, and we're going to keep bringing you these success stories through these webinar series. A special thanks again to our guest speakers today for participating. Thanks Jordan Knight from Greenhatch in the UK and Jerry Rivera from L5 Drywall in California. Having said that, thank you all for joining to our first webinar session and for all of your questions today. We'll come back to you with more content through these webinar series. Have a good day.